Ransom International here with a Mark 13 Mod 7 sniper rifle manufactured by Accuracy International USA. This rifle, hence its name, is meant to be lightweight, portable, meant to go long distances, then sling around your shoulder, take it long distances, and then reach out far distances. We took this rifle out, we zeroed it, we showed the video of zeroing the scope, stretched it out to 100 yards, and did a group. And then we tested it with wide range of various ammo, various manufacturers, various weight, various powder, various feet per second. We showed you the point of aim, point of impact for every round. We showed you what this rifle would do. This rifle was very impressive to us. No matter what we threw in it, it ate it. Now that's not uncommon for most rifles, but what impressed us about this one is it didn't matter what grain we put in it, it gave us a really tight group. There's some rifles we'll take out there and we'll get a 6 and 7 and 8 inch group.
That's a foot.
So that's not even hunting accurate at 200.
No.
You'd be relying
It's
on
about
luck.
get off my lawn accurate.
Yeah.
It is not.
And we start changing ammo and we can get it down to 1 inch, but depending on what ammo, you're going to get a 6 or 8 inch group. This particular rifle literally held 1.5 inch, widest, I think 2 inch. Didn't matter what you threw at it. We have that 100-yard video. You need to watch it. You'll see in the 100-yard video a couple times as we walk down range, Ian Harrison of Recoil TV was with us. Scott McNeff of Red Donkey Studios was with us. And we collected all the data and information that we tested on this, and we sent it to Howard Kent. He does a lot of stuff for NDIA and joint armament, stuff like that, so he releases the information to the military, Navy, Army, whoever was interested in the information. The information we were trying to gather is how would you test a rifle? What would a rifle do with the various ammo and grain? To show is it me, the rifle, the ammo. Sometimes the barrel will get shot out, sometimes the rifle will get shot out, so we wanted to give recommendations on how to properly test a rifle. We were very appreciative that Ian Harrison of Recoil TV came out. We were very appreciative Red Donkey came out. They were just interested in the test and the data as well, interested in what our machine would do. As you well know, we don't sell rifles, we sell machines, so a lot of times we don't give a recap of what a rifle would do or a weapon would do. Most of the time that's because we sell the weapon and we want you to know that our machine will test that weapon. And your weapon may be different, your rifle, your gun may like different ammo, but we'll give you that data and that collection of give you a direction of where to start. No barrel is made the same, no rifle's the same, so your gun may like different ammo or grain. This gun is held to such standard and such tight machining that we are confident the data we got out of our test is easily transferred over to you guys. This is why we don't use secret hand loads, secret formulas. We want you guys to be able to follow behind us, duplicate what we're doing, and be able to figure out what your rifle would like. So we test a lot of various grain of stock manufacturer, stock weapon. This weapon is 100% stock, other than they did put the fiber barrel on there just for a weight study to get a little light. It is designed to walk far distances and shoot far distances. So that's the reason it is so light. After our 100-yard test, we stretched this out to 200 yards. Our videos weren't working very well that day, so we will show you the aerial views of it, the point of aim, point of impact of what we did collect as far as that data, but we will give you a summary of all the target and everything. Alright, so we zeroed this thing at 100 yards, we yielded a group, and then we decided to start with a bunch of various grain ammo of various manufacturers, weight, velocities, and so on. The 100-yard video is out there. This is the 200-yard video. This is just a summary. We felt this rifle warranted a summary because, as we mentioned, a lot of rifles, depending on the weight, the grain, the ammo, the manufacturer of ammo or rifle, we have seen most all rifles we test a dramatic diameter difference of point of impact and where the point of impact is depending on the velocity and ammo weight. So this gun, didn't matter what we threw through it, held a tight group. But you will notice right away in our 100-yard testing, we had our point of impact up here, 220 grain. When we started our testing, and that 150 grain ammo group down here. Very impressive group for its size, but it was really low. Next group, same point of aim, 165 grain, went higher. That is your feet per second velocity difference between your ammo, grain, powder. You can get a huge point of impact difference. We went on to test our very next group. Was very impressive, Federal Fusion. You can watch all this on video, 100-yard test. Federal Fusion, point of aim, point of impact. That may be absolutely a valid round depending on what you're using this gun for. Quite impressive. And we quickly found out also our feet per second really mattered. As our velocity changed, our diameter also changed, let alone point of impact on where it's at. Our very next group, 180 grain, 180 grain, it opened up. But this could have been as much as powder measure change as well. So we get down to this group, our point of aim's right here, our first round hit there. After our first round, the gun did deviate. Please keep in mind the gun is floating in the machine. A machine shot's absolutely useless if not duplicatable by the end user. If you check out our machine, if you have one of our machines, you will notice as it's holding the gun, you're actually able to grab the gun and wiggle it back and forth. And then when you let it go, it's pointing in the same spot. Grab the gun, manhandle it, wiggle it back and forth. When you let it go, it's pointing in the same spot. That is because it is literally wrapped with almost a rubber. It's kind of a polyurethane. It's the durometer of our human hand. We specifically designed it to be the durometer of the human hand. If you push on your hand, your muscle, you'll feel it give on your hand and your skin, and then you'll feel muscle and bone. And that is what the whole gun is padded around in our machine. So it'll absorb those milliseconds of shot just like a human would. And the gun is floating in there. So if the gun wanted to move, it will move and deviate. So on this grouping here, we're holding the same point of aim. We sent the first round, it deviated slightly. We readjust to the same point of aim, point of impact, and the next round was touching the first round. At that point, gun did not move. Our third round, we had a flyer. And then 4, 5, and 6 all in the same spot. I must have flinched, right? Well, obviously this is why you do your testing. Our point of aim did not move, point of impact moved. Whether it's environment, powder load, whether it was seated wrong or otherwise, it obviously didn't like that ammo as much. Yielded a tight group, but a flyer. So this is the reason for your testing. We would have to do a few more groups to figure out if that would continue to give us a flyer once in a while. But as we continued on here, we found it was standard for most of all the ammo to give us a little bit of a flyer as we continued on. Even when we yield a tight group, we'd get a couple flyers off to the one side. You can see it as you look through these targets. You'll get a couple flyers off to one side. That's kind of standard for the ammo. But moving on from this 195, we went to this 200 grain. It was a Precision Hunter. Did really well. Have them all touching here. A couple flyers off to the left. Bringing it on up to the 220 grain. 4 of them pretty well touching. 1 flyer. Is it me? The gun? The ammo? Was it environment? Obviously our point of aim didn't change. Point of impact did change. Moving on to a Mod 0. That's pretty well a 190 grain military ammo. This is the military ammo we got to test in this gun. This is the Mod 0 ammo. We know that gun likes the Mod 1 ammo, but we wanted to do a Mod 0 test. So this is the military Mod 0 ammo, and that's what it ended up yielding with that military Mod 0 ammo. Moving on, we got some 220 grain, which is a Mod 1 ammo, and that's what it ended up yielding. Not a huge difference between that. But moving on, we ended up with a Mod 1 ammo. That was a 220 grain Mod 1, and it yielded the best group, zero to that, and it had the tightest group out of all of them. As you, so through and through. So there you go, 5 perfect rounds.
Nice.
And we were looking at, oh my gosh. You can see, at that point we said, okay, we know the gun likes this Mod 1 ammo. No surprising. It was built by Accuracy International to like that Mod 1 ammo, designed to like that Mod 1 ammo. So there's your Mod 1 ammo group, really tight. At that point we handed off to Dell Aronson in our Rifle Master, and he duplicates our machine shots. Once again, duplicatable to the end user. So once we've zeroed and we got what we had, we handed it off to Dell Aronson, and that's what he ended up getting off that same ammo. So this is the same ammo This is what Del Aronson got with that ammo. He goes on to say, okay, what a various ammo would do with Del Aronson. So this is a different ammo. It's an RCS ammo, same 220 grain, but we got a little bit of variation on that, and that's off the Rifle Master, not my machine. And then this is that ammo right there. So this is the difference between my machine and the human, between a Mega 2 and a Rifle Master. A lot goes into this test though. Like I mentioned, a 300 Win Mag can deviate. It can move around in my machine. 5.56, 240, 270, stays there all day. You just send it. When you get up to Ultra Magnums, Win Magnums, they're big bullets, a lot of powder. You don't want to over restrain the gun, manipulate the gun, change the gun. The gun needs to be duplicatable to the end user. So it is held in there floating, and there are some times throughout that 100-yard video you saw us change point of aim, brought it back to the same point of aim to where it was, because if the gun wants to move and that round goes off, it will move. The whole goal is to duplicate. So there's the results of the 100-yard video. We believe it is self-explanatory. A lot of times we don't give a summary of what the gun did because we don't sell guns, we sell a machine, and we recognize your gun may be different. Your gun may like a different ammo, your barrel's different. No firearm is the same, no barrel is the same. We felt this gun did warrant a summary, and there you have it. We were quite impressed. Didn't matter what we threw through there. Every group is about the palm of my hand. And if I was standing here drinking a soda, it could have took that soda out all day long. No question on why they call this thing a sniper rifle. Doesn't matter which ammo you find out in the field, you throw that thing through that gun, it's going to hit. Point of impact may be a little different, but it's going to hit. So moving on to the 200-yard test, we did not get a whole lot of 200-yard footage. We have some drone footage because our batteries started dying and stuff, and then we stretched it out to a couple hundred yards after that. So we were having problems with our camera footage and batteries and camera life and so on. So we got a lot of drone footage, and we're going to show you in this 200-yard video, because this summary is going in the 200-yard video. We will show you as much footage that we can, point of aim, point of impact, what the various group sizes are. We started with that Mod 0 ammo, military Mod 0 ammo, similar to this group, semi-elongated, somewhat wide. A couple hundred yards yielded the same thing. We could have done more than just those 5, but that's what you have these for. Really nice, just one above that, real nice circle. You got that flyer. I would call that a flyer, but hey, dead zero, you got it. All right, moving on to the 220 grain, real nice tight group. A couple over here, a couple there. Moving on to the 220, different manufacturer now. We still got a couple on the side, and we quickly realized we were dealing with 15, 18 mile an hour wind, and it's a couple hundred yards. You can clearly say some of this blowing this way might have been the wind. You can kind of see that, whether our targets are deviating, the bullets deviating, whatever. We were getting possible flyers from ammo grain, manufacturer, load, how he crimped. You decide, but it wasn't us. The gun, point of aim, that's what it yielded. Going on, duplicated it, we get the same thing. Now you can obviously, in perfect conditions, perfect loads, load your own ammo, and in a perfect condition, you will absolutely nail that at a couple hundred yards. But given the various ammo manufacturers, this is about what you would expect, unless you get really imprecise, perfect conditions, perfect load, perfect 5 rounds, and there you are. They're not doing this is a whole lot more complicated than some people think. The gun can absolutely do it. You can see that. The gun can do it. But the variables that go into the load, the bullet, the barrel, the temperature, the wind is huge. We'll show all this at the 200-yard group. We'll show you the aerial views. And this is why you need a Mega 2. This is why you need a Ransom Rest. This is our recommendations on how you would test a gun. This ain't very scientific as far as our board goes, our backdrop, but as far as that machine goes, you can document the point of aim, point of impact. It's not me. I didn't flinch. You can clearly call it wind, variable, ammo, otherwise. Alrighty. Round 3. Same hole. Alrighty. Round 4. Ah, just above that. Just over half inch. Let's go to 625. Because that's what that gun's rated at. We'll call it a 625. There you have it. Not bad at all. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Man, standing by that, getting that blast caused me to flinch. Fire in the hole. Same hole. Yep. Fire in the hole. 3. Boy, that's a beautiful 3-round grip. Round 4. Just up and left of that, right of that. Down. Wasn't bad. Boy, we got a nice group there. Alright, but we're all about 5 rounds, not 3. 3 rounds touching, don't cut it. Alright, round 4. Fire in the hole. Alright, last round going in. Yeah, we're at bottle. Watch that last round and muck it all up. Alright, last round. Fire in the hole. Yeah, and the last round mucked it all up.
What the heck?
First 5 shots, Del Aronson on the bench with the Rifle Master. Looking at about 0.928. 0.928. It's under 1 inch. We'll see if we can squeeze an 875. 875. There you go. We'll call it 7/8. 7/8. Yeah, definitely 7/8. You go from edge to edge. 7/8. Center, center. Edge to edge. 7/8. Center, center. You got 7/8 group. 875. Definitely within the margin of variation. Granted, we yielded just under a 5/8 so far, and he's got 7/8. Definitely within the variables of environment right now.